Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am so glad you're here. Today's date is Wednesday, March 19th, 2025. That's the publication date for this video, although I did make it the day earlier. Want to be very transparent about that. And to that end, I left the same clothes on and the same tarot decorations. So if you're a regular viewer, it's evident. But I do like to put the date in so that I don't have pirated content that people watch for 20 minutes before they figure out it's an old video that's been stolen. So that's why I always put a date in my greeting. Now you know. Well, I have been watching the Autopen controversy go on and on. And if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about here in the United States, it has been disclosed that the 46 administration, the Biden administration, apparently used an Autopen signature heavily throughout the 4 years that that administration was supposedly in office. And there are opposition to people making a big deal out of that, saying, oh, well, President Trump has used them too. I asked a couple of AIs that are very liberal leaning to compare. And they said that it looked like that President Trump had done probably 20 to 25 Autopen signatures in his first 4 years in um, as president. And those were always in cases where he had authorized it because of logistical issues or because multiple signatures were needed on a single document. So it's apples and oranges as far as the use of the Autopen goes. And the controversy here in the United States is, was it used to cover up a cognitive decline? The fact that there never really was a specific person at the helm during those 4 years. Now, if you're like me, I'm still waiting for 2020 to get fixed and corrected, or for it to publicly be known that it's been fixed or corrected. And I've heard some conjecture that that may happen by July 4th. I'm not going to worry about that yet. That's a little too far out for me. But what if it doesn't get fixed by then? What if it doesn't, in the public eye, get resolved? I wondered if this Autopen debate was a soft disclosure, a stepping stone towards that event, plus a way to immediately take some action, corrective action for signatures that should not be legal, that should not have been accepted as coming from a person of authority in a position of authority. So that's what I wondered. I thought, well, this is a good way for them to start the cleanup without waiting for a big announcement about that whole 4 years. It also softens the blows for those who thought that 4 years was legitimate, which I didn't. It was a pause. It was an inflicted pause. So let's ask the universe about that. Is the uh, is the information that there was extensive, widespread use of the Autopen during Biden's administration a method of soft reveal and a stepping stone towards correcting that entire 4 years, plus additional insights and information the universe might want us to know? Let's find out. Like I said, it looks like right now, because the President Trump put a few people on notice that your pardons might not be legitimate and expect the same treatment coming your way that you treated others with. I'm speaking a little carefully here, but you know what I'm talking about. It was fun to hear about. Yeah, you play silly games, you win silly prizes. Okay, let's move the camera over. You can watch over with the cards, and we'll find out what the universe wants us to know about this Autopen debate with the resident number 46. Okay, well the entire situation involving the widespread use of an Autopen during the 46 administration be a way of speeding up some of the corrections and maybe paving the way for some reveals about 2020. plus additional insights and information the universe wants us to know. I could just hear President Trump saying, I'm not waiting till this date, whatever it's been decided that big disclosure will happen. We need to start fixing things now, find a way. And publicizing and highlighting the Autopens is a very good strategic chess move, I think. Let's see if the universe agrees. We got the King of Swords. That's often a Mr. T card for me. The Chariot. We have the Three of Cups, the Six of Swords, Seven of Wands, another six with the Six of Cups, and we've got a hard yes with the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, this is a really interesting read as far as I'm concerned. I hope you're enjoying it too. Again, Mr. T is often indicated here with the King of Swords, and the clarifier is the Chariot, which often shows up as a victory and as when there's moves that are happening. So it does look like until such time as the official clarification about 2020 happens, I'm speaking carefully here, this is a way to proceed with some cleanup and corrections that need to happen. Okay, it was a chess move that was toasted as timely and inspired. So whoever came up with the idea of highlighting that and using that to get a jump start on some corrections, absolutely good for you. This is all intended to help the United States of America go from a place of chaos and unhappy outcomes going on to a better place. One where innocent life, including that of those of us taxpayers that still shoulder our burden until we're told otherwise, can see the light of day and some hope and some change. Now, the near future and the insight cards. Okay, the near future card, we've got the Seven of Wands. Wands, fast moving energy, and it's where you've got the high ground. So even there's some opposition to the the big deal that the Trump administration is making out of those Autopens. They've got the high ground. It's going to be legally challenged but upheld. Any waiving of rights for those Autopen signatures. Okay, and we have the hard yes with the Ace of Pentacles showing up here as one of our insight cards. And the Ace talks about manifestation, and prosperity. So until such time as the lots of corrections are made, this is going to be beneficial to those of us that are looking for some, not continuing the waiting game, to have some progress made on justice and accountability. We had multiple sixes, which in the tarot read, which often indicates a little bit of irritability going on with the parties involved. We've already seen it in the reporting. Trump team is saying, hey, there was widespread use, not just Trump team, but the Heritage Foundation is saying that. And then the pushback from the mainstream of, well, you've used it too, but not for pardons, not for big deals. I mean, yeah, okay. So a little bit of irritability between the parties. No surprise there. Okay, and yeah, things are going to be moving. So, okay, so I'm going on record here as saying this was a way to get some start of some cleanups, some corrections made without waiting for big reveals, but there is some moving and shaking going on. And this was the intent of having the Autopen controversy brought to light right now. I'm going to get two more cards and see what else the universe wants us to know. The Hierophant and King of Cups. Okay, just that again, this was inspired and a wise way to proceed getting some information out there and starting some correction processes. And then the King of Cups is always about mastering a situation and for whatever his chosen stance and benefit is. So while that's not a Mr. T card typically, it is a card of get her done. Get her done. However we need to do it, get her done. So there we have it. Let's recap. Okay. By the way, little sunshine coming in a sliver window there. It's nothing, woo going on here. But I do love my sunshine and light whenever I can avail myself of it. So I do. So we were asking what's going on with this Autopen controversy because it seems that the Biden administration used it heavily, heavily throughout the 4 years that that administration seemed to be at the helm. And I said, is this possibly, let's ask the universe, is it possible that this is a way of starting some corrections and some accountability to individuals or to actions that should not have taken place, not in lieu of fixing 2020, but until such time as that is addressed in a large scale way? Well, we got a hard yes, absolutely. That there were some corrections and some accountability that needed to be done and not delayed on. And it's kind of, we got also a confirmation that's kind of a soft disclosure, as people accept that there were elements of that 4 years that were highly questionable. It's going to make it a little easier to make that jump into, oh, and by the way, it was all a facade. Oh, so the that was basically what we got with the cards. The King showed up, King of Swords for the thing and for the in situation, and then the Chariot victory. And again, just we got some information that whoever came up with this as a plan to stop the stall was inspired. And the intent is accountability. The intent is correcting some things that can't wait long term to be fixed and changed, and to protect innocent life in the process. The little bit of grouchiness was indicated with multiple sixes between the two camps and the parties involved with this. And um, the whole objective was to, again, stop stalling and start publicly getting things done, getting things done. So good job, Trump team. Keep it up, okay? Until such time as we can have 2020 fixed and across the board accountability either happening or disclosed. Let's do what we can. The Patriots need to see some results, need to see some accountability. It's going to do more to add to our resilience and our resolve than anything else is seeing some of those results. Okay, seeing some accountability. So I can't emphasize it enough, white hats. I mean, I want you to work yourselves out of a job, and part of that is getting going on the arrests and the disclosures, and let's do what we can. But until such time as it's 100% out there, we'll take what we can get because we need to know there's been some accountability that it's getting done. And yes, yes, that Autopen's going to be part of the vehicle for that. Okay, that's it for this video. I thank you so much for your time, for your attention, for being here. And until next time, as always, if you're willing to receive it, I send you love, light, and I wish you everything bright.